Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, boxing 24. Good evening. How's everyone doing this evening? Hope everybody's doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good on this side as always. God is great. God is good. God is awesome. God is merciful. And I'm blessed. And I definitely can't complain. So, we're going to get right into this press conference I just watched. Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu fight that's coming up on March 30th. So, interesting fight. I think Keith Thurman has a good shot to beat Tim Tszyu and upset his plans. I think Tim Tszyu is a good fighter, but he's not anything special. And I'm not really a big fan of his. I think he's a basic 1-2 fighter. Basic 1-2, 1-2-3. I mean, he's just basic, nothing special. He likes to stand in front of you. And he likes to try to wear you down and walk you down. And if that doesn't work, what's going to happen? He's 24-0 with 17 knockouts. And, I just think Thurman has a great shot to beat him. Now, I have my issues with Keith Thurman. I have my issues with him, with Crawford, not fighting Crawford. And, of course, my man Boots. And sometimes you run from one situation and get yourself into another. And I said that prior, that he might be running from a situation where he could have fought Boots at 147 and he fight Tim Tszyu and he still gets beat or maybe knocked out. However, I get it, right? Tim Tszyu has a country behind him, Australia. And, I guess he's going to make more money to fight him. Okay, I can't knock that. I'm not in his pockets. I'm not in his lifestyle. He got to do what he got to do. But, I hope it works out for him. But as far as the fight is concerned, I think Keith Thurman can expose some things in Tim Tszyu. Even if he doesn't win, he should be able to expose some things with Tim Tszyu. Again, he's a basic, come ahead, 1-2-3 fighter. And Keith Thurman is a good boxer and a puncher as well. He has some pop. He can punch. He can crack. And he may land some good shots on Tim Tszyu. And he may be able to just slow him down. I think with Tim Tszyu, what you have to do is you have to throw punches in bunches. You got to throw multiple punches to keep him off balance. You got to go to his body. Liver shots, body shots. You got to keep him on his toes, on his heels, where he can't really set. Because he likes to get set to throw his shots, especially in close. So, I think you have to keep him moving, spin him, and throw good shots, man. Box, and have some defense as well. Okay, make him miss, make him pay. Throw some uppercuts. You got to throw different shots with him. But I think the body attack is going to be key for Keith Thurman. And I just think he needs to, box, keep him at a distance, move a little bit, and then, you have your moments. Listen, I don't know what Keith Thurman's walk-around weight is, but I'm guessing it's probably at least middleweight, right? He's probably walking around in the 60s, maybe even 70, right? So one fighting at 154 should do him some justice as well, right? He should still pack a little punch. He should be more comfortable at that weight, and he should do okay. Now, when he was asked a question about if he beats Tim Tszyu, would he want to, fight the champions and stay there, and he didn't really answer that. So I don't know what his plan is, right? I don't believe he can beat Jermell Charlo. That's not going to happen. He's not going to beat Charlo. He may have a shot, depending on how he does with like an Erickson Lubin. Maybe even a Fundora, I don't know, but definitely not Jermell Charlo. He's not doing that with Charlo. So, we'll see how it goes. As far as Tim Tszyu is concerned, be careful what you ask for. I knew Bud Crawford was going to beat Errol Spence, but Tim Tszyu calling him out, saying he'll fight Errol Spence or Crawford. Now, Crawford, I think, will destroy Tim Tszyu, and I really hope that fight happens. That's kind of why I want him to win, Because if he loses to Thurman, that fight doesn't happen. If he wins, then Crawford can get him, and Crawford will definitely stop him. There's no doubt about it. But I'll say this, though. Tim Tszyu, be careful what you ask for. Don't get it twisted. Errol Spence is a tough fighter, okay? And styles make fights. That's why they say styles make fight. Because he couldn't do anything with Crawford don't mean he can't do nothing with you. Again, you're not a defensive fighter, Tim Tszyu. You're a basic 1-2 fighter, and so is Errol Spence. The thing is that Errol Spence, to me, can do with Tim Tszyu to beat him is that Errol Spence does throw a lot of punches. He throws punches and bunches. He goes to the body. And I think that would be a problem for Tim Tszyu. And he may not be able to hurt him like that. Just because Crawford did it don't mean you could do it. Styles make fights. So be careful, Tim Tszyu, asking for Errol Spence, especially now, him coming back eventually, most likely, and trying to prove something. And at 154, we may really be dangerous at 154, taking off less weight. So, hey, that's where he started at, 154, Errol Spence. So I'm just saying, that's an interesting fight as well. But Errol Spence is a bigger boy. So I think he can really give it, and he can take it as well. So I just want to see what happens. March 30th, Amazon Prime, kickoff, no more Showtime. The undercard. Got my man Erislandy Lyra on there. You got my man Pitbull and Raleigh. I think Pitbull is going to beat him. And then you got Fundora on that card as well. But listen, like I said, man, I think Keith Thurman has been off for a couple of years. That's going to kind of work against him. He's going to be very rusty, whereas Tim Tszyu been fighting. He's been very active, 3 fights last year, so that's not going to help. However, muscle memory, fight memory, you're a fighter. You've been fighting longer than Tim Tszyu. You've been in some fights. You had some good wins. You got your weaknesses. Hopefully they won't get exposed with Tim Tszyu. But you have your strengths as well, Keith Thurman. So you just got to go in there. You got to be focused. And let's see what happens. All right? Let me know what y'all think, y'all, about Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. And that's all I really got. Peace and blessings, y'all. In this corner, Boston 24. Please subscribe to the page. Please leave your comments. Please let other people know about the page. We try to give good information, the right information. Everybody enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace.